I think we start everyone off the same way. I push that button. You start smiling.
I didn't laugh, though. I held it back.
Yeah, but then I laugh at you. So thank you guys for joining the Let's Give It a Go podcast. I'm Bill.
And I'm Amanda.
And this is episode 3. So you guys have joined us for 3 episodes. We appreciate every minute of it. So what's up?
I'm just listening.
So just to fill you guys in, so me and Amanda chose to do a little bit of a cleanse.
Yeah, we went 5 days.
Yeah, 5 days.
Without chewing. Did a lot of swallowing.
Yeah.
That week.
Yeah. So yeah, we did a 5-day cleanse, and the only thing we could do was just drink this juice from a company. And yeah. So how was your experience with it?
The first couple of days were hard because I was withdrawing from caffeine, and I'd wake up every morning. Not just caffeine, but I have an addiction to waking up to the aroma of coffee and just holding a warm cup. Like, it doesn't matter, like, the weather. I just want to hold a warm cup of coffee. But instead, I got to chug a cold bottle of beet juice.
Yeah. That first one, there was 5 a day. And was it 5 a day? It was 5 a day.
Or 6 if you work out, right?
6 if you worked out. And yeah, that first one was terrible. It was like a beet juice combination with something. I don't know.
My mask smelled like beet juice until lunchtime, until the next juice. Like, I smelled like beets until, like, it was just beets back in my face.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But I think the number 2 and number 3 weren't as bad. Number 4 was pretty bad. And
4 was like it was like wasabi gingery. I don't know. 4 was gross.
It was yellow. Like, it was just the color threw me off. So no, yeah, number 4 wasn't bad. I mean, was bad, but number 5 was really bad. I mean, number 5 was really good. 5 was with the apples, right? No, 3 had the apples.
I was gonna say I didn't finish. 5 did have apples, I think, and I didn't finish my 5 the last 2 days.
Well, I didn't either. But I'll tell you what, after day 1 and day 2, like, I had the explosive poops. Like,
day 2 was on the shitter. Like, that was gross.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But I mean, overall, like, after day 2, day 3 really wasn't bad. Day 4 wasn't bad, but day 5 was like starting to get bad because I'm like, I'm almost at the finish line and I want food so bad.
We talked about food like every conversation. It wasn't like phone sex. It was like food sex. Like,
yes.
You were like, hey, I'm driving to work and I saw this sign, and you were like, I swear it said lava cake. But now that I'm thinking back, I think it said lawn care.
I did.
Lava cake lawn.
Like, I think we did start hallucinating.
Oh my God.
Man, it was just, I just wanted food. That's all I really wanted. All of our conversations revolved around food. All of my thoughts revolved around food. Like, everything that I was doing was just food. Even so, the stuff that we were seeing on Facebook was food.
It was. And then he decides so he tells me, because I started about 8 hours or so before you, because you work night shift.
Yes.
So I was already in for about a day, and he was like, you're so cute. All you've talked about this whole time I've driven to work is food.
Yeah.
And then it was only day 2 or 3 where you started sending me the meal kits.
Oh,
and he was like, he's sending me all these links, and he's like, what do you think about this? And I clicked on one for a second, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like, why are you sending me this? Like, everything looked delicious, and then you got mad at me because I wouldn't look. I was like, I don't want to look.
That's all I was doing was thinking about food. I was like planning my week after. Like, my week after, I was like, man, I'm gonna eat so good. I'm gonna just kill some of that lava cake.
Anything looked good. I think I struggled. I definitely struggled with the caffeine and the salt. The salt was killer for me. Like, I Didn't I like chew a potato chip and spit it out or something? Like
Was it a potato? It was a French fry.
A French fry. I chewed a French fry and then I spit it out.
Yeah, I was on the phone with you too. You're like, oh my god. I'm like, what? And you're like, I just almost ate a French fry. I'm just like, my goodness.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was good all in all. I mean, we lost some weight and we actually felt a lot better. Like coming day 3 or 4, like I was working out during this too, and like 3 and 4, I felt really good, and my skin felt good afterwards.
I feel like I got robbed because I got that poison ivy right after. So.
Oh yeah, but your skin felt good to me. So
you should feel it later.
Yeah.
See if it feels the same. I'm like stuttering already.
Yeah. But yeah, my skin felt good, but another weird thing was like after I started eating again, it probably took about 2 days for me to get a good poop out.
Oh, it took me more than 2 days. And it was, it took a while because I was like, I don't understand. I was shit like crazy on the cleanse, but then I was eating. I mean, I wasn't trying to eat healthy. I was like, I'm going to kill the French fries. Like, I had my bucket list for when that cleanse was over, and I could not poop. And I was like, this just isn't normal.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was fun. Maybe next time, if we do one, it'll be smaller.
Yeah, I want to do the 3-day again before we go away.
3 days is good. Like we said, we didn't finish the last drink on day 4 and 5. So our body kind of got used to it, but still, like, I don't know. The pooping was what got me. Like, I was just destroying a toilet.
Well, I wasn't drinking enough water, so my ass was on fire for a week.
It was like lighting an M80 off in the toilet every time I went. Like, it was just.
Yeah, if you're gonna juice cleanse, drink a shit ton of water.
Yeah.
Don't play around because all that. What acid is like torture.
Yeah.
All right, so I think they've heard enough of our cleanse. I don't know.
Well, speaking about your poison ivy, do black people get poison ivy?
No, you don't. So I was thinking, since you don't, maybe you could just go to the rental with me and spray the hill for me. We'll give that theory a go.
No, I don't know. I really don't know if we do or not, but I'd just never gotten it when all of my friends have. And I mean, we used to play in the woods, same woods.
Well, I Googled it.
And everything. I know you Googled it, but who needs Google when you?
I have so many do black people ... in my Google search now.
Do black people ... Oh, that's hilarious.
They say that everyone, according to Google, everybody could eventually become allergic to poison ivy. It depends on exposure. So you obviously have not been in the woods enough.
No, we were in the woods like crazy.
Well, you weren't around poison ivy.
Obviously I was, because my friends got it all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
Well, they were probably exposed prior to, like they were probably hanging out in the woods before you.
Oh yeah, they went in the woods first.
You straight up told me you would not go in the woods.
Is that mine? That probably was mine. Look at me, Mr. Irresponsible.
I know you have a hidden camera in here.
Mr. Irresponsible.
Like, I know there's a hidden camera in your house.
Yeah, there's one right there.
Because every time I go up in the hall up there, your phone goes off.
Oh yeah, those are all the hidden ones I got up in there. And the fire alarms. Yeah, smoke detectors.
That one you have in your dad's bedroom.
Yep, that one too. So, but
the
yeah,
cam.
I just never got it before, so I just told you that black people don't get poison ivy. So I don't know. You guys tell us if.
And then you're coming at me like this. Stay away from me. I was like, you don't get it. You don't get it.
Want your plague? You keep that to yourself.
Speaking of my plague, the day I got it, when he left, it was like a mosquito bite. It was literally the size of a mosquito, and I was like, a dot of poison ivy feels more significant than it looks. And then you're like telling me what a wimp and hypochondriac I am. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and I got like that big old thing on the side of my neck.
I was like, damn.
I remember I was like, I'm going to bed. Like, I was a mess.
I don't know. When I seen it
was just like, a little dot, but it doesn't feel like just a dot. It itches, but
I wouldn't know anything about that being black, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so then I had to get on that stupid prednisone, and now I can't keep up with my water, and I'm like, I want to cleanse again. I need more water and less sodium.
So what about I had a question for you. Is there a such thing as like social media etiquette that you think about?
Yeah, there is.
Like I think about, so obviously it's the end of the school year and everything like that. So I post a picture of my kids. Hey, it's the end of the year. Here's my kids. But do I have to like your picture just because you liked mine?
Oh, is that what you were? Oh, I thought we were going somewhere else with this conversation. No.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess like I think I take it like when somebody does like my picture, like especially of like my kids, especially like of a moment like that I already know that like everybody that probably is liking my picture probably posted one of the same thing. So I kind of almost go out of my way to be like, oh, all right, now I got to go to their page and
so you're like going on pages to look for. See, I just whatever's in my feed. If I say, oh look, there's the last day school pic, like, love, whatever. Like they love mine, I'll love yours. But I don't deliberately go on pages like, oh, Jim Smith loved my post, so I'm gonna go on his page and love his. No, you're gonna lead them on.
Nah. I mean, I'm just saying.
If it's in your feed, then.
But that's the thing, because like nobody knows. We had this conversation earlier. My feed is different than your feed, so
drastically different.
Whatever. So somebody else's picture might not show up in your feed because you don't really look at their stuff ever. So you may never see their picture, but for some reason yours shows up in theirs. So when they like yours, you're like, oh, now I got to go, and I know it's not going to show up on my feed because I haven't looked at this person's page in years. I haven't talked to this person in years, so I'm never going to show up on my feed. So I click on it just so that I can like their picture back.
I think you're sending out the wrong message.
No,
you need to
I
quit
don't
doing
know.
That.
Well, maybe I just worry about that stuff too much and whatever. So
no, some people care. You might get it someday, but the problem is with social media, the people you're hitting up aren't going to notice, and the ones that you forget are.
Yeah. So anyway, another question I have for you about our kids. Not just our kids, just any kids. I'm seeing this with every kid in general, especially through this whole COVID thing that just went through and they were doing all the online stuff like that. How come they don't like being on camera? I don't understand. My kid.
But they love to be on camera.
Yeah, they love to be on TikTok or love to post to whatever or love to send their pictures. But you FaceTime them and they put the phone down on the table and you're looking at the ceiling. I'm like, why don't you just call me? Like, if you want to FaceTime me, then I want to see you. I want to see your face.
I don't know the answer to that.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's the same thing. I walk in on my kids when they were doing the online school, and there's like 13 kids in the class, and one has the camera on.
They want to be videoed at their discretion and at their prime. Like, you know what I mean?
Second. Stop it.
You hear their little paws.
That's what
All right. I don't know. I think, like I said, you had a little issue with. I mean, your daughter is almost 13, and she was upset because. Oh wait, that's like a whole other topic. I don't know what I think that like for school, like it depends on what they look like that day. They're like. I mean, they're all up in their stuff. They're like, oh, wait, look at this. And then they're like, mute that camera. I don't have the background I want. I don't have the Snapchat, like, fairy eyes on.
No, they don't. I don't think it had anything to do with the day because they did it all year. They never put the camera on at all. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand it. But we can roll into that other topic that we had.
Yeah, I love you. I do. So the yearbook came out and it was like the COVID yearbook, and it doesn't represent like the entire population, and there aren't a lot of photographs. And so the school, our children's school requested us requested of us some photos that we took of our children at home during like Corona. And the loving father that you are, he sent a dozen photographs of his almost 13-year-old daughter and her little sister and some of her friends. And I mean, there's a lot of dynamics to this, but in short, she was dissatisfied with you sending photographs without her approval. Right? I mean, that's to cut it.
Pretty much. But just like you said, there wasn't. Well, when they asked for it, I figured, okay, well, everybody's going to send pictures. So I sent a bunch with the intention of them picking like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
so I give you a bunch to choose from, and they chose them all. Like
they did, and there were only 3 children in that entire school who were showcased. Kiara being one of them. So
yeah.
Someday she's gonna love you for it, but right now she's not. I love you for it.
Well, I told her, I said, well, next year I'll ask you about your pictures, but I'm still sending them anyway.
But we have to talk about her TikTok though. So then he calls me yesterday and he's like, how's my daughter gonna tell me that she's mad because she did not approve the photographs that I sent of her. And she didn't like the way she looked. and then I get a TikTok of her with underwear on her head trying to twerk.
Yes. And she's like, I mean, it's by far the worst. It's not like...
It sounds erotic.
It sounds bad.
It did because of her age and like the... No.
It is like the worst twerk ever. Like, she's
bad. Like she was not being ridiculous. Like they weren't kinky panties. Like... It was like she was just joking around being silly with her girlfriends.
But I'm like, how the hell are you going to send this out and and send this to all your friends? And it wasn't the actual video, by the way. It was a photo, but it was one of those like motion photos where you put your finger on it and then you can see what happened before and after. So I'm like, how are you going to send this out? But you don't want me to send in some
adorable pictures of you and your little sister trick-or-treating.
Yeah, or you out playing in the snow and stuff like that. But you out here with underwear on your forehead. Like, come on. Like, she had underwear on her forehead on one. She had like 3 headbands, like one over the top of her head, one over her eyes, one over her nose. She was like...
she had like a granny, like she had like the skirt was almost like a granny. She looked almost like a Medea, like a costume. Yes. It was not.
A babushka.
Yeah, she just...
And I'm just like, first of all, I'm like, what the hell is going on in that room? Like, when that door shuts... when that door shuts, if I go in my office, I can hear what's going on in the room. And sometimes it's like jumping around, but I don't think nothing of it. But... Nah, I look on the phone and I'm like, what in the world?
I love her. But again, it was at her discretion. It was what she wanted. She shared it with whom she wanted to share it with. I mean, it's just, like we're girls and my son, like Luca had the same thing. Like that's why he's barely ever on Facebook anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like it was like a violation of his privacy at some point.
Right. So I shared it with the people I wanted to, which was everybody. At my discretion because I'm the adult. And she had to deal with it. So I told her, I said, next year I'll ask you, but I'm still sending pictures. Like, I'm sorry, I love you.
Excuse me.
My bad.
Sometimes when you love somebody, you have to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah, so if she loved me back, she'd be like, oh, Dad, I know you really love me and maybe this is just for you more than me. So go ahead and do it, Dad. I love you.
In about 16 years, you'll get that from her.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait that long.
When you're paying for a wedding.
Yeah. This kid already now is saving bags from like, what was it, Abercrombie or whatever.
No, she threw them away.
Well,
she threw them away the other day.
Finally. Bag.
That was another thing that I could not. Her and her friends went to like the mall and they went to like all the frou-frou stores and collected bags. And I think they were just like pretending to be Pretty Woman, maybe just with empty bags.
Just walking through the mall, just swinging bags, like balling. You got like $25 in your account.
Yep. That was another funny.
Well, I think I've mentioned the bags enough, and that's probably why they disappeared.
You have an uncanny way of making people feel very inadequate.
I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm sorry
if
if
you
I
want
don't
to make someone
understand.
feel terrible, you know how to do it.
If I don't understand something, I'm going to ask you about it. And if I still don't understand your reasoning, I'm going to tell you that it's stupid. Yes, and I'm going to say is that's dumb. I'm like, why are you keeping bags on your dresser that you didn't even go to the store for and buy anything for? We don't perpetrate. Like, that's stupid.
So there are these stages of development. There's like the id, the ego, and the superego.
Uh-huh.
And when you're in the id phase, it's like the infant, toddler phase, like childlike, like me, everything that I think is the most important. Nothing anyone else thinks is important.
Where are you going with this?
That's where you are.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You're like, sometimes we've got to reach touch our ego and superego and realize that our opinion isn't the opinion of the world.
Stupid is stupid. And that's dumb. And I'm gonna let you know. Like, I'm sorry.
It's dumb to you. It's dumb to you.
Yeah.
When you were when you were 13, it probably wouldn't have been dumb to you.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, it's a really sensitive age, so.
Well, it's a hard time with the 13-year-old girl.
Oh, trust me, I thought I'd be exempt with boys too, and that was not the case. So,
let me read you this. Let me see if I can find this. So, I ran across this the other day, and I couldn't believe it whenever I read it. Like, actually, I heard it on the radio, and I thought they were just joking around, but then I looked it up, and it was true. So, here we go. You ready for this? Now tell me what you think. Oh, that was you?
Did you hear that?
I thought that was my stomach at first
That
because
was my burp. I was trying to hold back.
Goodness. Okay, so here's the article. It says this girl went on TikTok to explain how she threw a fake gender reveal party to get her ex to text her back. She wanted her ex to think he got her pregnant so he would reach out. It worked. And they got back together the next week. Both of these people were out of their mind.
Oh, wait, are they still together?
Yes.
And he knows she's not pregnant.
I'm guessing. I don't know. But there's a video and everything. Like, she threw a for real gender reveal party with the blue smoke and everything, saying that she was pregnant so that she can get her ex-man back.
So this probably should touch into the conversation I had with Zachary the other day when he was telling me about some people, like children, there's like scientific research, some study, I don't know, whatever, that if you have grown up in chaos and trauma, that's pretty much what you do best in.
Yeah. I mean, that's really believable. I believe that.
I mean, I guess that guy, that's just, well, that was his thing. I mean, people have kinky shit, and he likes lies and betrayal. And
but how do you even do and then like even the video? If you watch the video, somebody recorded this, so somebody was in on this. Like, this is it. Let me see if we can. Oh, there's a video. It's music, and so you can see. Like, look, somebody's recording this.
I have so much judgment to pass on all of this. Like
she's fake happy that she's having a fake baby and gonna post it online to get her man back, and he falls for it. But I didn't obviously go through with the rest of the story. But I mean, if he stuck around after he found out about that, he's an idiot.
Well, but if you just look at this for face value and pretend that nobody knows any of this shit's a scam, like, you would look at him like, she's like, well, I'm with this dude, and he's the kind of guy that would come back to me to raise our baby together. So I'm going to pretend that we're having a baby. But really, he's just that guy that likes that you're going to pretend that you're going to have a baby.
That's right.
Like, they're both frauds.
Yeah. Well, then maybe they're good for each other for that toxicity. Is that a word?
I mean, but is it toxic if that's what they both like? I mean,
I mean, yes, that's toxic. Like faking to have a baby and then going through.
Yes,
like,
it's toxic, but he wants to be back with her for faking that she had a baby. So doesn't that like cross it out? Like they're both
two negatives.
Yeah,
they equal positive.
They neutralize the situation.
Neutralize everything. No, hell no. Somebody. Well, first of all, whoever's recording that video, they need slapped too. Like that's just. Why are you in on this? Unless you didn't know. If you didn't know, then that's a different story. But if you knew and you went through with this, and she'd probably like Googled sonogram pictures and send them to him and the text and everything, and then have a fake baby reveal. She don't even look like not skinny. I'm sorry, she didn't even look like she was pregnant.
Cause I mean, yeah, no,
she could at least got the fake baby bump, like the Medea joint or something,
right?
Or like something.
I don't know. Like I said, like it's just it's like it's so confusing. Like
I don't know.
Like I said, I'm with this guy and he's so good that he'd come back for a baby, but really he came back because you faked a baby. You faked a baby, and it's so weird.
No.
I don't know. Why don't they? But why didn't he just knock her up, have a real baby, and like make the drama real?
He should be very happy that he has not knocked her up, and he should walk away. Like,
I think that baby is happy. Yeah. I think that baby is happy that it was a fake baby.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Where do you find this stuff? I don't believe it.
I'm telling you.
I mean, but she doesn't seem like the kind of person that would confess that she lied.
Well, obviously she did. If she posted online, that was her TikTok or her Instagram or whatever. So obviously she's telling the world, "I got my man back. Fake like I was having a baby."
Some people want flowers and apologies. Other people want fake gender reveals.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I could see that happening. I just never thought in a million years that would actually like work, and then someone would be fully aware of it working and still go for it.
Yeah.
Like you put forth so much effort. What would a gender reveal get me? And better yet, you should do a gender reveal for me.
Do a gender reveal for you.
So much scandal in that.
There wasn't there a dude on Oprah before that had a baby, but it was like.
But that was
yeah.
Originally she was not, or he was not. So anyway, all right, that was weird, and I'm actually slightly concerned about how you may have come across an article like that.
I told you I had heard it on the radio and I didn't believe it either. I'm like, who goes through that much trouble? But I mean,
it's not that much trouble. It's actually pretty easy. It's much more simple than.
But it's just like that is toxic because like everything around there. Like I said, if all the people that went along with this knew, you're just surrounding yourself with a whole bunch of toxic people. So even if that guy went back, he's joining in with that. So if he goes back and he knows that she did that, whatever, I'd hate to say it, but he's going to get what he deserves with everything.
Well, both of them, though. Like, if she's going to be with a guy that would even be with somebody like that, I mean, could you imagine, like, if they actually do have a child? Like, I wouldn't want my children to be friends with their child.
Because he's just going to repeat what he sees back at the house.
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, what is that? That's like a mutant. Like, I don't know.
What, the fake kid?
Yeah, well, the fake kid that became a real kid, but I mean, what kind of morals do two parents with that, that situation have?
Well, they're just like, yo, if you don't get what you want, just fake like you're pregnant. You're all good.
Move to Utah.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
So, well, you got anything else? I think I'm good. You good?
You think I think it's good. I didn't count our timer.
I know.
Yeah, it's probably good.
I said, are you good? Do you have anything that you want to talk about else?
No, I think you covered it. That was I mean, we had a busy week though. I mean, I feel like we did have a busy week. More than that, but
Memorial Day and birthdays and
Well, that was a couple weeks span.
Yeah, it was. We didn't say anything about him.
No.
So, all right. Well, that's it. And just like we always say, if you do want to email us, you can email us at let's give it a go podcast@gmail.com. It's going to be floating around the bottom for our YouTube people somewhere around there. I was so proud of that.
You are. Did we have any emails? Have we ever gotten one?
Actually, the funny thing is,
You're not checking it?
yes, I haven't checked it because no, look, because like with the YouTube channel and then this and everything like that,
you're busy.
I'm pretty busy, but I only end up checking it when I have to email myself something. So I usually email myself something from the Let's Give It a Go podcast email to my personal email. So whenever I need something, I just do it like that. So it's easier to find in my personal email for later. So that's the only time that I've been checking it. So I haven't had to do that. And actually, I'm going to have to do it tomorrow because I'm doing that YouTube video. So if we do have one,
Oh, we could talk about that. We could talk about that prank yesterday.
What?
That almost ended our relationship.
What? What was
You got
wrong
a
with it?
6-year-old looking at. Look, if you look at Gabby's face, you could tell she was like, "I don't know that this is a good idea, but he's making us do this."
I didn't make her do it. She wanted to do it the day before. And the reason why she had that look on her face is because I told her the day before that it wasn't a good idea because of the way you were dressed. I said that you look pretty nice and I didn't want to get you soaking wet. And she was like, okay. So she probably the next day was like, this probably isn't a good idea because she's going to get wet.
Yeah, I was pissed.
That was
So
fun.
no, I definitely now we're dragging this on. So he calls me. I mean, he calls me all the time, and like it always ends up like ideal. But you know, I told him I was going to come over with the kids, and we were going to have a movie night, and so 7 or 8, and it was like 10 to 8, and he calls me, and I'm actually I had just like changed. I mean, I was like in my jammies, like warm. I just changed. And he's like, hey, where are you at? And I'm like, oh, we're packing up right now. I'm coming over. And I was wearing warm jammies. I was cold yesterday. And then I come over and you're like, I mean, they're always doing silly shit for this YouTube channel. So he's putting like pennies on, it's a zipper, but he's calling it a penny. He's putting a penny on his forehead and dropping it down a funnel in his pants. And the whole time, all I could see is this junk. And he's like, he's recording this. He's got his daughter like recording this. And I'm like, I don't think he realizes how big his penis looks in those pants. And he's going to post this on his kid's YouTube channel. Like, so I'm telling him, I'm like, looking at him like, nope, cut. That's not going on YouTube because it's out there. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, can you do this? And I'm like, okay, I'll humor the kids just so nobody sees his junk. It's everywhere. Like, that's all I was like, okay, so I'm going to go humor you. And then you fucking poured cold ass water down my pants. My clean pants that I had just put on. It was so cold. I was so
funny.
Mad at you.
It was so fun.
And then you apologize. You can't apologize if you meant to do something and you're laughing. He's apologizing while he's laughing.
Yeah.
You're not sorry. You weren't sorry.
Yeah, I was. I was sorry it had to be you. Like,
no, it could have been. I had 2 kids that I brought along that could have did it. And you see,
but they probably would have figured it out. I knew that there was no way because you're not heavy on social media like that. So I knew that you didn't see that before.
No.
Your kids probably already knew it was coming, and they were like, "Oh, don't tell mom." Oh shit, she's gonna be mad.
If I would have done that to you, you'd be so pissed at me, like so pissed. Because
I would have known.
When I get mad at you, I think about how pissed you'd be at me for the same situation.
I would have known.
And it's always me getting less mad. But I would never do that shit to you because you'd be so pissed. Oh, come on.
I would not have been mad.
Oh, you would have been ice cold water down your ball sack. You would have been, and you had just changed your clothes. Everything was clean. No, you would have been so mad.
Well, that's why they call it a practical joke.
And then you say you're sorry sorry. Don't say you're sorry like you mean it. Like you don't mean it.
Practically everyone laughs except for the person that is.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't. And you could see
it was
poor
funny.
Gabby's little face, and she's just like, I don't know that this is like the thing to be doing. And she was right. It was not.
Yeah, and then it happened, and then she was cracking
hilarious.
up.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was. I have the video.
Do it.
She was all over me cracking up, thought it was hilarious too. And you will be able to see that video soon because I am posting it, and it was hilarious. And I had fun doing it, and it was worth every second.
Well, it's going to be hilarious when I do it.
Anyway, you done now? You good?
I was genuinely pissed yesterday. Like, I was not happy about that at all.
I know. It was a risk I was willing to take. And it was funny. Like, you better be prepared for more. They're coming. Because they're
not
coming.
Gonna entertain it. I'm going to be the most boring person you ever met.
I got a whole list of them. It's so funny because I don't even know what it's called, but like Gabby watches, it's like a life hack type YouTube channel or something like that, and she loves watching it. It's more like kid friendly or whatever, like more for kids and stuff like that. But
you good?
Them too.
Well, when you're yelling about them marking the dining room, we'll be like, who left the dining room gate open?
Anyway, she watches these life hack things or whatever. And then yesterday they were live on YouTube and they were doing all pranks. And the whole time she goes, ooh, that'd be a good one you could do to Miss Amanda. Ooh, that one too. And the one that she wanted me to really do, and I think it was probably because like you really, nothing happens to you, was to take
I love you, Gabby.
She was like, well, we could really do this one. And it was take clear nail polish and put it all over the hand soap. And then whenever you try to use it,
won't come
it
out.
Doesn't lather.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't lather at all. And I was like, well, we don't have soaps.
I would probably be upset because I do have a thing about the foaming hand soaps.
Yeah. I said, well, we don't have soap. So we use all like the body wash and all that stuff. She was like, man, that would be a really good one. We should get some.
All of the soap that are in the bathrooms, all the soaps are foaming hand soaps.
No. Like a bar of soap.
You put clear nail polish over the entire bar.
Over the entire bar.
Oh, that
of soap.
girl is so dedicated. Wow.
Yes. And then you let it dry. And then once it dries, you're sitting there under the sink and nothing happens.
Oh, I don't use bar soap.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
I'm not that white.
I said, yeah. Oh, you just started using washcloths whenever you met me.
I never use washcloths. I use puffs. But you're right. White people do not use wash rags.
Nope.
I
They got in the bathroom like, what the hell is this? Is this like a cleaning rag?
I went out and bought more wash rags because I was like, I don't have enough wash rags to prove him false. Yeah.
Just bar soap in it.
It is like the worst when you're a house guest and they give you the towel for your hair and the towel for your body and there's no washcloth and you're like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have a good time.
No, I ain't touching the soap. If I go over your house and you doing that, I'm just taking a wet shower and that's it.
Do you think bar soap even exists anymore?
Yeah, I actually think it's starting to make a comeback with this whole
COVID.
No, the whole non-paraben wave. Like supposedly all the body wash and all that stuff has a bunch of bad stuff.
Oh, people do make their own soap, but you're not going to go get some Irish Spring at Walmart, do you think?
No. I'm just saying that like now, like there's a couple companies that make body wash that supposedly doesn't have, even the body wash that I have upstairs doesn't have like the quote unquote parabens in it. Mm-hmm. So, and then now they're making bar soap and they're like, oh, well, this bar soap is made from tree bark and made from pine and all this stuff. And it doesn't have oxychlorine 19 in it. That
Oxycodone?
Yeah, whatever.
I wish my soap had that.
So, yeah, I mean, that's like the new wave right now. So, yeah, I think it's making kind of like a comeback because like that they sell it at Walmart. It's kind of expensive. And a couple of my friends used the deodorant and they said you got to put it on like 2 or 3 times a day. I've tried it before, but I just didn't put it on enough. And by like noon, I'm probably funky as hell. Sitting next to my coworkers, they're like, "What are we, 12?"
Baby, you're funky in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, whatever.
There's like,
because I go hard.
There's bar soap. It's called like Fells Naphtha, and it's for poison ivy. Like it's supposed to get rid of like the oil from the poison ivy as soon as you like use it. I should probably invest in that.
Yeah.
But you're gonna go weed whack that hill tomorrow, right? We're gonna test out that theory. Stay tuned next week to see if Black people really do get poison ivy.
I'll roll around in it because I ain't getting it. I don't get it.
Oh, we should have talked about you in the minivan today too.
No, we'll save that for another episode. We're out of here.
Bye.
We're done.
Don't we have to do 2 anyway?
Yeah.
Delete.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys on the next episode of Let's Give It a Go podcast. Like I said, you can email us at let's give it a go podcast at gmail.com. And I promise I'll check them. And I got to get it hooked up on your phone. So that at least that way, if I don't check them, you do. And we'll answer anything you ask us or whatever. And like we always say, if you don't want to be your name read on air, we will not. And make sure you watch us on YouTube or whatever. Listen to the podcast on wherever you listen to podcasts and everything like that. So I am Bill.
And I'm Amanda.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.